Watch it!
If you grew up in the 80s or 90s, your childhood was significantly impacted by the ninjutsu-practicing turtles and their sage rat master, and therefore it's safe to say that Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles influenced an entire generation by making its way into popular culture and the mainstream. For everyone watching this video right now, we can think of several reasons why such an incredibly strange concept had captured the hearts of so many. To begin with, it was probably the turtles themselves, more specifically their quirky personalities or even the antagonists they were up against. Regardless of the cause, the franchise has long since attained icon status, so much so that every company tried to find its own bit of turtle magic during its heyday. It probably goes without saying that an overwhelming number of TMNT knockoffs were produced, some of which are still well known today, but others were essentially huge blunders. We'll be examining both in today's video, and you're free to make up your mind about which ones you think were excellent and which ones you think were just awful. Here's taking a look at every major TMNT ripoff show. Oh, but before we get into things, we do have one very small request. If you enjoy our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. It's a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Now, let's take a stroll down memory lane.
He got the ship! It's going down!
Street Sharks, 1994. Truth be told, it's hard to forget a show that focused on the adventures of half-men, half-sharks battling crime. Yes, we're talking about Phil Harnage and Martha Moran's Street Sharks, a show that had four brothers becoming the street-breaking, wisecracking, anthropomorphic sharks with a penchant for gorging on hot dogs, hamburgers, and milkshakes. This animated TV series, which ran for 3 seasons and generated 40 fantastic episodes, has the coolest catchphrases and a very catchy theme song. Of course, it goes without saying that the show was incredibly popular, but it also promoted a line of action figures from Mattel that were pretty jawsome. We certainly wouldn't mind seeing a Street Sharks reboot in the next couple years. How about you?
Clown.
Time to pop in for a little visit.
Battle mode, bros. We're gonna rock the walls.
Biker Mice from Mars, 1993. If you're into humanoid animals kicking ass and cracking jokes and have thoroughly relished watching Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, then you've probably seen Rick Ungar's 1993 action animated series Biker Mice from Mars, which, to be honest, can be categorically addressed as one of the most booming TMNT clones. With the show running for 3 successful seasons and producing 65 episodes, the narrative focuses on 3 anthropomorphic mice motorcyclists, Tan-furred Throttle, Gray-furred Moto, and White-furred Vinny, all from Mars, who have arrived on Earth to defend the planet from the evil that's destroyed their homeland. Our alien heroes are at the top of this series' high points, followed by their arsenal of weapons, which includes different kinds of lasers and flares. When it comes to the animation, everything about it, including the setting, characters, and even the bikes, is pure 90s bliss. There are verbal and visual jokes, some of which are quite creative, and the humor is spot on. It works wonders for the show that it doesn't take itself too seriously.
The heroes who always wear fur!
Samurai Pizza Cats, 1991. What we're looking at happens to be an adaptation of the Japanese anime series Kyoto Ninden Tiande that Saban Entertainment picked up and produced for the English version. The animated TV show introduces us to Speedy Cerviche, Polyester, and Gaido Anchovy, 3 cyborg cat warriors working at a Little Tokyo pizza joint who fight crime as superheroes and protect the city from the power-hungry rat Big Cheese and his minions. Samurai Pizza Cats may have looked like a parody of TMNT at first glance, given that it did feature a group of pizza-loving cats that battle crime. However, the series turned out to be much more than that. Samurai Pizza Cats' quick pop-cultural allusions and humorous tone made it a cult favorite, particularly among anime enthusiasts. Furthermore, let's not ignore the fact that it also had this distinct sense of humor that could amuse both adults and kids. Extreme Dinosaurs, 1997. Originally known as Dino-Vengers, the eponymous dinosaurs first made their appearances in Phil Harnage and Martha Moran's Street Sharks. Created by Louis Gasson and developed by Moran, Extreme Dinosaurs is about 4 dinosaurs taken from prehistoric times and turned into super warriors by an interdimensional criminal named Argor Zardock. It's up to the heroic dinosaurs to stop Zardock's second set of warriors, 3 evil velociraptors to be more precise, who have plans of causing a calamity that would accelerate global warming and restore a comfortable temperature for the dinosaurs again. Honestly speaking, this whole premise about the fate of humanity lying in the hands of 4 extreme dinosaurs is kinda unique. Boasting a total of 52 thrilling episodes, the strong point of the show is its dinosaurs. T-Bone the Tyrannosaurus, Spike the Triceratops, Stegs the Stegosaurus, Bullseye the Pteranodon, and Hardrock the Ankylosaurus. Add to this the theme song, the animation, and the voice acting, which are all excellent, and to be honest, we at Marvelous Videos are utterly enamored with anything that has dinosaurs. What about you guys? Do you feel the same way? Let us know your thoughts on extreme dinosaurs in the comments section below.
You sure are good, Marshall.
Okay, boys, you try it.
Wild West Cowboys of Mesa, 1992. This animated television series is a creation of comic book artist Ryan Brown, who, in case you didn't know, is also pretty well known for his work on TMNT. Anyways, coming back to Wild West Cowboys of Mesa, the show spanned across 2 seasons, airing a total of 26 episodes, all as part of ABC's Saturday morning lineup. Story-wise, a mysterious comet hits the United States Southwest in the late 19th century, transforming the local cattle and animals into their own version of the Old West in Mesa. When you have bovines as your main characters, you just know for a fact that things are going to be bizarre and funny. Well, like every other old-school cartoon, Wild West Cowboys of Mesa featured moral lessons, which made the show intriguing enough both for kids as well as young adults. It's imaginative, fast-paced, and highly entertaining, but the villains clearly take the trophy here.
Of valor, sending all ships from sectors 5 and 6 destroy.
Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars, 1991. First things first, if you wish to talk about the show with people who haven't seen it, they might just accuse you of making the whole thing up. Well, there's no denying that Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars is categorically weird. This short-lived animated series, which is based on the cult comic book character Bucky O'Hare, features the Green Rabbit of the same name as the captain of the spaceship, the Righteous Indignation. He leads a group of anthropomorphic animals that stand in for the sentient protoplasm against colonial encroachment, or space for short, and their battle is against the oppressive Toad Empire. It's fitting to admit that Bucky O'Hare and the Toad Wars is another under-the-radar gem. Needless to say, TMNT was a big influence on the show, and it tried to win kids' hearts by being an exciting space journey instead. The action on display is pretty solid. In fact, the aerial battles along with the laser fights make the show pretty cool. The theme song is catchy too, enough to get pumped up for the action, which is exactly what the show delivers at the end of the day. Mighty Ducks, the animated series, 1996. Who doesn't like talking ducks? Well, the thing about this animated series is that they took it a notch higher by making the whole show about a team of anthropomorphic hockey-playing ducks. Yep, you heard that right, every bit of what we just said. Based on Stephen Brill's The Mighty Ducks, this quacktastic animated series, which was a delightful mix of action, comedy, and nostalgia, featured a total of 26 action-packed episodes. What worked indisputably in favor of the animated show was its unique concept, swiftly paced storylines, colorful characters, and the solid voice acting. Special mention has to be given to Jeff Bennett, Jennifer Hale, and Tim Curry. In fact, Curry stole the whole show, giving his character, Lord Dragonus, a distinctively menacing voice.
Into a live volcano? Razor, you're crazier than I am!
SWAT Kats, the Radical Squadron, 1993. It's hard to forget this iconic cartoon series, which, to be honest, was way ahead of its time. Tremblay brothers Christian and Yvonne created this animated series, which takes place in the fictional Mega Cat City, inhabited by anthropomorphic cats called Cats with a K. The plot centers on Razor and T-Bone, 2 vigilante pilots with a futuristic fighter jet equipped with a variety of weapons. Throughout the series, the duo face various villains and compete with Mega Cat City's militaristic police force, known as the Enforcers. We gotta wonder how many kids thought this was their favorite cartoon back in the day, because honestly, some of us did. Starting from a great musical score, the coolest of characters, to the wittiest of dialogue, and endless action scenes, there's an awful lot to like about this show. Also, we've got some wonderful news for fans of this series. SWAT Kats Revolution, which is like a revival series, is presently being developed. We're going to be looking out for this one in the near future. Stone Protectors, 1993. Troll toys saw a rise in popularity in the 90s for a reason that remains unknown to this day. Some were referred to as heroes, like the Stone Protectors, while others had fragrant hair and dazzling costumes. An animated series about these new trolls on the block was created after they realized there was a lot of money to be made if they could market them to young audiences. It's safe to say that this short-lived cartoon series, based on the action figure line that also debuted in 1993, was essentially an exact copy of the Turtles. Inspired by TMNT, the Stone Protectors embodied the era with their unique personalities and combat prowess. Unfortunately, the program didn't succeed as the developers had hoped, and the kids quickly realized that Stone Protectors was nothing more than a stupid TMNT parody. Avenger Penguins, 1993. Way before Disney was making bank with the Avengers movies, British animation studio Cosgrove Hall Films was on it, and mind you, the latter did so with motorcycle-riding penguins. Well, allow us to elucidate. Avenger Penguins centers on a group of anthropomorphic penguins fighting crime and constantly thwarting the world domination schemes of the evil criminal scientist Caractacus P. Doom. Aside from being the final Cosgrove Hall production to be created using hand-painted animation cells, Avenger Penguins is legendary for many other reasons. Just one look at the animation on display and you'll instantly like it. The animated series also has its fair share of memorable character designs, and each with solid characterization. Also, the fact that there are only 4 people doing all the voices is incredible because they all sound so distinctly different even though they're doubling up at the end of the day. If you fancy TMNT, there's not a lot of reasons you won't like this one. Captain Simian and the Space Monkeys, 1996. A creation of Gordon Bresack, Rob Hudnut, and Gary Hartle, this sci-fi comedy animated TV series is in all probability one of the best cartoons to have been aired. Story-wise, when NASA sends a monkey into space, it goes off-path and is found by an alien race that thinks it's Earth's main species. Charlie receives intelligence and a ship, along with the title of captain, and is also given a mission to vanquish the wicked Lord Nebula. It's actually quite unfortunate that Captain Simian and the Space Monkeys only lasted 26 episodes, despite being funny and clever on multiple levels, well animated, and dare we disregard the stellar voice cast. Although the idea of going on an intergalactic adventure with space monkeys is extremely original, the show also had excellent comedic relief, well-written dialogue, and a charm that could captivate audiences of all ages. We firmly believe that this underappreciated and highly overlooked animated series is well deserving of your time. Battletoads, 1992. Would you believe us if we told you that Battletoads followed the misadventures of a group of crime-fighting toads who were named after skin conditions? Oh, there's more. We've got Zitz, Rash, and Pimple, who went ahead and achieved their own cult status despite the animated show being created to capitalize on the popularity of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the first place. Holding true to the saying, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, Battletoads was created and pushed out into the public consciousness. That being said, the animation work in this series is notable along with the voice acting. What do you think of Battletoads? Let us know in the comments section down below.
Change it to a sofa.
You will stay off the sofa.
Road Rovers, 1996. Road Rovers, a creation of Tom Ruger and Jeff Gordon, chronicles the adventures of a group of 5 anthropomorphic canines with superpowers who battle crime and steadfastly defend everything good in the galaxy. While it's true that Bruce Timm and Paul Dini's Freakazoid was more popular, Road Rovers was undeniably one of the best Saturday morning cartoons of the 90s. What's not to like about cute canine characters and superhero antics? On top of that, you have characters that are great, mesmerizing action scenes, cleverly set up storylines, and the comedy's on point too. It's a shame that the series was reduced to just 13 episodes. Our favorite character is Exile the Siberian Husky, but what about you?
Silence! I'm Kylo. I ordered you to find out.
Dinosaucers, 1987. Similar to the Turtles' interplanetary influence in terms of Krang and Dimension X, Michael E. Uslan's Dinosaurs also features an alien element. pitting the space-traveling titular heroes against the evil Tyrannos. With 65 episodes in total, Dinosaucers has a sizable fan base and is regarded by fans as the pinnacle of television. It may have a reputation for being a little campy, but consider the era it belongs to. Although the idea of the Dinosaucers engaging in a never-ending conflict with the Tyrannos may seem a bit odd, it was actually pretty amazing and unique. To put it briefly, Dinosaurs is a classic, and if you get the opportunity, there's no harm in giving this animated TV series a shot. Marvelous verdict! Well, that's all for today, and with this, we finally come to the end of our video. So who here happens to be a fan of these TMNT ripoff shows? If you have more shows to add apart from what we had in this video, let us know in the comments section, and you already know what to do if you enjoyed this video. Please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, as we'll be back with more marvelous videos soon. Until then, stay safe and stay marvelous, and thanks for watching. See you in the next one.